Hey y'all. Sorry this is a little late. I just couldn't find a good place, good time to talk about it. But today I'm gonna talk about my favorite episode of My Little Pony Princess of Magic. And I watched it again, not recently. I watched it I've watched it two or three times in inordinate amount of time, like 6 or 7 maybe. And on my second rewatch, I decided that it's not only the best episode of My Little Pony Princess of Magic, but the best episode in the My Little Pony franchise. Which, I mean, isn't that big of a claim, I guess, when you consider the franchise as a whole. But I consider it the greatest episode or pair of episodes that you want it to be in all of My Little Pony Princess of Magic history. The cutie remark, which I misknown when I first talked about it. I called it the cutie mark remark, but it's actually the cutie remark that really is in brackets. I can say it's my favorite episode. We have the penultimate villain, the penultimate villain of the season anyway. Diadema. The premise of the episode, you should really go back and watch the episode yourself so you could get the full weight of its awesomeness. But we have the penultimate villain of the season, Diadema. After revealed was this actually a sequel to an episode called The Cutie Map, you could say, because the Cutie Map is set up. But in the Cutie Map, you have the main says go to a village, basically a commented village. It doesn't make any bones about that. But a village where every cutie mark is the same. Every cutie mark is taken away by magic, which I'm gonna get more into that, but can we just reflect on how powerful Diadema is? I mean, that's something that we've not seen. That's something that we've not even seen the princesses do. And maybe they could do it, I'm not sure. But Diad took away cutie mark, not. I mean, if you total up the cutie marks he's taken, it's a lot more. But I'm just gonna count it as one instance. We've actually seen Diadema do it twice. Which, yeah, that gives you a fraction of how powerful Diad is. But in that episode, the goal they take down Diadema, so to speak. Everyone gets their cutie mark back. What I like about the episode is, well, the key ponies we see anyway, they're sad and they miss their cutie marks, and that's what'll happen when you deny a better you got made you to be. You'll start missing it. You'll start questioning yourself. You'll start saying, hey, I'm not really happy in this. I want to go back to that. this promised happiness, but I'm gonna go back to who God made me to be. I'm a pastor first and foremost, so you have to forgive me for the mini sermon. But anyway, after the events of Security Map, Dyad Gimber comes back to Twilight Sparkle in the Cutie Mark. There's been some speculation. I haven't gone back and checked myself. I wouldn't be surprised at it. But there's some speculation that ever since the Cutie Map, Dyad is buying on Twilight, picking up intel and everything. Yeah, I can say I wouldn't be surprised. I just haven't gone to check myself. But that's a cold detail if that happens to be true, and I don't have any evidence that it's not. But in the Cutie Mark, Twilight's getting ready for a presentation with a bunch of Bank Fangs, I assume Bank Fangs anyway. Talking about Cutie Mark property, talking about and a big thing that she talks about is how Cutie Mark directly affected her and her friends. We see early on in the episode, I always get it confused with the Call of the Cutie, but I'm pretty sure it's called the Cutie Mark Chronicles. That's funny because I just watched it recently. We see in that one that we see at the end that Rainbow Dash was. She didn't mean to, obviously, but Rainbow Dash was the cause of all her friends getting their respective Cutie Marks because they pulled off the Sonic Rainbow, and that in turn created a rainbow that made everyone so happy or jolted everyone to their Cutie Marks or whatever you have to say. So that was an interesting callback. I thought that episode was great by itself, but that was a really great callback that they did. And in this presentation, Twilight honed in on that. Like without my Cutie Marks, I wouldn't have met my friends, because our Cutie Marks actually, or how we got our Cutie Marks actually affected our standing with each other. Did they affect our friendship? So she's looking around, she's giving the presentation, and she thinks she sees Dyad Gimmer. But as quick as she appears, she's gone. But I just want to talk about something also, nothing to do with the episode. I just thought it was precious. Well, the projector malfunctioned, because Spike is thieving. Twilight must have had him up for an inordinate exhausting amount of time because he's just thieving. And Pony named Moondancer, she gives him a nudge and she just smiles at him, and I just love the way she smiles at him. So it's so genuine. It's look how adorable. Look how adorable he is. I just love the way she smiles at him. I guess ain't nothing to do with the episode. I just wanted to bring it up. It's a small moment, but I just noted it more standing out because, and I'll talk about this more, I'm sure, but Spike hasn't been treated the best, you could say, with the main six. of course, there's some episodes where they say, "Oh, we're family, we're friends, we're more than friends, we're family." But apart from that, Spike usually gets his sword in the stick from his so-called family. And I'll talk about that more, so, but that could have been, didn't have to be proved upon, they didn't do it. But, moving on, we get Spike and Twilight coming home from the presentation, which, this isn't gonna be a beat for beat. By the way, I'd rather you just watch the episode. This is just the episode setup. We get Twilight and Spike coming home, and Spike and Twilight kinda dismiss Twilight at the end, only to find that on hold, she's sitting right in the middle of the, I guess you could say, the throne room, the council friendship chamber. She's sitting right in the middle of it. And she goes on about her plan, everything. I mean, it's vague, but she goes on about her plan, everything. So she actually goes somewhere. They don't know where she goes, but she leaves the map behind, leaves the bell behind, intentionally so Twilight can follow and Twilight can witness all of this. So Twilight and Spike go, they follow her because she's up to some midships, I can imagine. So they follow her, and they end up in Kelpdale, which is Rainbow Dax's home, the home of Pegasus. Twilight is an Alicorn now, so she can easily stand on the cows. She can easily fly above the cows to get the wing on, I guess. But Spike just takes tumble downwards because non-unicorn, non-Alicorn ponies fall through the cows in Kelpdale. They encounter Philly Rainbow Dash, and Twilight said to Spike, "Oh, did Rainbow look really young to you? And I didn't see a cutie mark." Turned out they actually went to the past in the place where Rainbow Dash set off the rain room, the whole event of Friendship is Magic, you could say, was set into motion, you could say. So they in the past, and they go to watch the Sonic Rain Moon because Spike wanted to watch it. But while Twilight goes and she stopped Philly Dash from doing the Rain Moon, and Twilight, which Philly Dash is adorable, by the way. But Twilight is confused deal about that, confused why she would bother doing that. And Twilight said, "You are about to find out." So they go not beat for beat, I could say, but they go on which I guess may be beat for beat. But they go, they're sucked through a portal because Rainbow Dash failed to do the Sonic Rain Moon, so they're stuck through a portal, they're stuck through the prison portal. and they arrive in a future where King Sombra, which, by the way, I love that all these are kind of alternative episodes that we've already seen. Well, most of them are just, some of them are just Nebius, but most of them are alternate versions of episodes that we've seen. But they get to the first of these alternate presents, and we see the Crystal Empire takes up half of Equestria. I said in the episode. So the map doesn't make sense anymore. They say they've got to find their friend. They've got to sort this all out. The only pony they find, which when they go to Ponyville, it's deserted now. The only pony they find that's of significance to them anyway is Applejack. And she tells them how there's a war with King Sombra now because King Sombra returned, because King Sombra was going to return anyway. I haven't watched the Crystal Empire in a while, but King Sombra was going to return anyway regardless of anything the main six did. But without the main six, without the elements of harmony, he just took over. The Crystal Empire residents fell into despair, fell under the watch of King Sombra because they weren't there to stop it. So now there's a full-blown war with King Sombra. There's a full-blown war with King Sombra with Celestia, a different version of Pinkie Pie, a different version of Rainbow Dash as soldiers now. They've got their cutie marks, surprisingly enough. I'd like to know how they got them, because the rain moon didn't happen. So, but that's a minor point. I'd just be interested to know in how they got them. But that war with King Sombra is at an expansive war. Applejack says it takes every single pony now just to stand up to King Sombra, to keep up the fight. So Twilight tells Applejack, listen, I know you may not be me, but we're friends. Me and Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash, Rarity and those, we were friends. So she takes her to the map, she takes her to see for herself. And Applejack admits that she hasn't seen this before. And one of the most poignant moments of the episode, that I think is coming up, where, like I say, you should really just watch this episode yourself if you want to get the full impact. But I've seen it so many times, I'm just gonna maybe go through it, however long it takes. But one of the most poignant moments of the episode comes up, and it's heartbreaking, and it's emotional range, it's just heartbreaking. Twilight dismisses Applejack and kind of the war with King Sombra. She says, but we stopped King Sombra, you and me and all our friends. And Applejack, with the kind of dejected, monotone voice of hers, says, but we aren't friends. It did not here. And I can say that is the most, for me anyway, well, it did one other one comes at the end. But this is one of the most emotionally resonant moments of the episode, because you just feel the weight. you just think about the way that what Triad and Applejack are saying, and you consider the fact, yeah, oh, this is real. This is real. They're not friends anymore. They don't. Applejack doesn't remember her, and Triad doesn't probably remember this alternate version of Applejack. She remembers her Applejack, the Applejack back home. But they don't come to see you soon. And Applejack, she says, look, I wish I could help, but I really gotta get back to canning the apples, 'cause you sent rations to the soldiers, everything, and Triad promises her that they'll set things right. And Applejack just goes, I hope you do. And Spike correctly pointed out, so how are we going to set things right? And Triad just in a fit of panic goes, I don't know how we're gonna. Then she remembers the spell. Dyad's version of Darsoul's spell that helped her go back in time in the first place. They allowed her to do so. Triad says, oh, I'll just use her version of the spell to go back in Oya and stop her before she even knows we're there. So she goes back in time to where she thinks before Dyad was there, or so she thinks. But you have before that, when they go back, like the moment they go back, Dyad just encases her in a magical prison. Because Dyad's been pinned out for a while, I can imagine. So Dyad says, oh, I left the spell behind for a reason, but I knew you'd follow me. Basically, that's what she said, not verbatim. But she knew Triad would follow her, so she created a spell to send herself back in time. So even when Triad casts the spell, she gets sent back in the exact moment too. That's very important. Dyad never sees any of these futures. That's very important. Dyad just stays behind with Philly Death. He doesn't go with Triad. He's not in another part of that world. She just stays behind. She just stays behind with Philly Death and Caldale. But Dyad goes into an emotional rant on Triad while she's in case. He goes, my village was sanctuary of equality when no pony's cutie mark enabled them to feel superior. But you and your friend took it away. Now it's my turn to take something special from you. As he's saying this, the little bit of comedy in this episode, one of the few bits of comedy that we'll get in the episode. But as he's saying this, he's stomping on the prison that Triad and Spike are cased in. And I don't know how much this rant Triad actually heard, but by the time she's done, Triad and Spike are underneath the couch in their prison. So, like I say, just a little bit of comedy that we'll get in the dark episode. But Dyad goes, cutie mark for cutie mark. That sounds like a fair trade to me. She does more evil than I did. But cutie mark for cutie mark sounds like a fair trade to me. So she pops the prison that Triad and Spike are in, and Triad finds Spike is just falling, because he's not, because he doesn't have the wings yet. But, Dryad go to get Spike and they go to look for Dryad. They go to look for, because they know how important it is to stop her now. They know what she's up to. So they're looking for her. And they find her talking to Futuricide. Well, talking to Baby Futuricide and talking to some boys. Because this whole thing started. Which I guess you could say they indirectly saved the Corruptium multiple times by Boeing. But, this whole thing started because to call the Boeing Futuricide that she couldn't fly everything, and Rainbow Dash stood up for her. So that's how the whole thing started. But Dryad was them, and Dryad tried to recruit them. I don't know how practical things would be, but Dryad tried to recruit them. Dryad tried to say, oh, just think how awful you would say if someone said those things to you. You would feel if someone said those things to you. That's not a reason to be cruel. If some of us can't fly, some of us can't do that. Some of us feel more special than others. That's not a reason to be cruel. So they convinced them to not be boys anymore. Well, for our own personal gain. But there's also a moment I want to talk about. It's brief, but Dryad seemed to take a liking to Pat Futuricide, a liking to Baby Futuricide. She cheers up, she ruffles her hair, she talks sweet to her and everything, and maybe part of the manipulation, to be fair, but although I'm thinking, we see maybe what Dryad herself wishes she could have been told, how Dryad wishes maybe she had a friend like that, she had a positive role model and everything. We see her be a little motherly to Futuricide. I don't know if that's the right word, but that's the best way I can describe it. And I thought that was sweet. I thought that was the glimmer of the goodness that Dryad could have, which, when I say glimmer, I didn't mean for that to be a pun. But we see a glimmer of the goodness that Dryad could have. Manipulation or not, I thought that was sweet. But without Futuricide and the boys, there's no reason for Rainbow Dash to do the Sonic Rainbow. So Dryad finds Philly Dash, and Dryad, which this whole thing kind of felt out of character for me, because Dryad would be smarter than this. You think she would be anyway, but Dryad go to Philly Dash and try to convince her to fly so fast, race against her, fly fast enough for a Sonic Rainbow, and all that, and what we always taught as kids, strange or dangerous, so Dashie's getting out of there. Dashie's getting the entertainer for a little while, but Dryad starts to get creepy is the best way you can describe it. So Philly Dash makes them into goose, and I'm assuming he reports Strange Alicorn to the Caldale piece, which I didn't say anymore, but I just thought that was I mean, it was funny for what it had to be. I guess you could say, depending on your take. But that was really out of character. I mean, although you can sense Twilight desperation there, because maybe that's the reason it was out of character, because Twilight was so desperate, because like I say, there was no Fiatasai incident, there was no boys anymore, so Philly Daffy didn't have a reason to do a sonic rainbow. But we get but Philly Daffy just flies away from Twilight, which is an interesting point. I think all the futures and the past are non-canon because they fixed the future and the past. But it'd be funny if Rainbow Dash remembered, like the strange purple alicorn that looked like Twilight, approaching her when he was younger and trying to convince her to do a sonic rainbow. Yeah, I can say I don't believe he does, but that'd be funny if he did. So they get sucked in, because the rainbow just doesn't happen. They get sucked into another possible future. And this future is one where King Chrysius rolls. Where after the events of the Caniot wedding, where we meet Chrysius for the first time. Remember in that episode, Chrysius actually overpowers the idea. Chrysius actually becomes so powerful that he can overpower the idea. Which, I mean, for plot convenience really, but, because the main six have to defeat her. But Chrysius becomes so powerful that he can defeat the idea. So they're on a band, they get sucked into this alternate future, and this band of rebels consisting of mainly what we see anyway, Fiatasai and Pinkie Pie approach Twilight and Spike with the heating marks, by the way. They approach her with spears, everything, thinking he's a spy, thinking he's an agent of Chrysius, says they might be destroyed. So now we get to part 2 of the episode. We pick up with him and Twilight feeding that case. I'm a pony and he's a dragon. We're not spies of Queen Chrysius. And Pinkie says, I guess you could say this third comedic moment of the episode. There's 3, not just 2 like I thought. But Pinkie says, I like your story. Do something, dragoness. And Spike just burps in her face. And, he either burps or herbs. I can't remember exactly what to call it. But Pinkie go, that works. And Fiatasai just takes charge. Fiatasai is bolder in this alternate reality. Fiatasai takes charge a little bit. Fiatasai says servants of Queen Chrysius will do anything to save the Gilly Gens. Which at that point we hear voice, stop! And it's Zecora. It turned out to be Zecora, leader of this band of rebels, because without the main six, and without Siete, and we don't know what happened to Sunset, I assume she was already in the human world by this point, but it'd be interesting nonetheless what would have happened to her, because in this reality, Twilight would never have come for the crown. Twilight would never come to set Sunset right and everything, though it'd be interesting to see what happened to her. But without Sunset, and without Twilight, and especially without Thea, the Korra's kind of the de facto magical leader in the world. I mean, he's not a unicorn or anything, but he does practice magic with potions and everything, elixirs, everything. Though the Korra approaches them, and the Korra eyes them up, and I think they can sense something's wrong even without this, because of not only how they appear to him, but just because he's always been a little mysterious. The Korra gives him a potion that reveals the truth, as he says, that no changing can hide behind the salve. So he puts a salve on him, and they start going. And Pinky asks, well, what does this mean? And the Korra just says, with the Korra's awesome idea to know more about her just from this one episode, like what he's been into and what he knows. But they start going, and the Korra says, the meaning is far, yes, I see, for it is we who should not be. So the Korra know they're from they're from an alternate present anyway, alternate future. I don't know exactly how to say it. But the Korra know they're not from around here, basically. So, and Twilight goes, oh, I think I can explain. I'm sure you can, but yet not talk here. The Chryseis army will soon draw near. So they're walking along, and Twilight explains to Korra, oh, Chryseis and the army tried to take over Caniard, but my friend and I stopped her, and the Korra assumed these friends aren't here anymore, basically. So they've been no time together. The Korra takes them to a camp, which after that we see Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy run. Well, not Flutter, Applejack. We see Rainbow and Applejack running towards the encampment, and they plead for their lives, they plead for mercy, and Twilight approaches them because he doesn't know anything about the world. So she approaches them thinking they are yacht ponies, thinking they are friends. Well, each version of her friends. And the Korra stops her, and the Korra can see right through him. The Korra can see the only changing I see are the ones who come here looking for me. So the Korra can see right through him. And Applejack comes to the head of the pack. Well, the full Applejack anyway, to come to the head of the pack. And it's taking a while to find you, the Korra. And she transformed into Chryseis. But I have a question. From that, are we to assume that Chryseis killed Rainbow Dash and Applejack? Either that or she locked him in whatever dungeons he has. But yeah, that's just a pretty dark moment of the episode, where we can assume basically Applejack and Rainbow Dash are dead. Because they've taken on their form, everything, which they couldn't directly say it, obviously, but we could assume that, which is a pretty dark moment of the episode. So they run away because Chrissy's army is far numerous. Even some have infected the encampment. So they try to fight them off. Sakura and the encampment try to fight them off, and he tried to go and stop Triad and put the whole back on track. I sound like Ember here. I'm talking about Triad and Styad. I sound like Ember. She picks up bike and she goes away. She goes to the map. She's being pursued by Changing. But Triad uses a teleportation spell. She's fast enough. She uses a teleportation spell one at a time. I know the had time she uses it, but I can't remember if she uses a teleportation spell this time around or not. But they get to the map, and Triad goes back to the pad. Yak Samurai Jack now. She goes back to the pad, and immediately when she does, she puts up a barrier. She puts up a shield because she knows Triad's about to attack her. So they have mini battle. They have a mini battle, which is awesome, by the way. For the you really see how powerful Triad is, standing up to Alicorn Triad. I wish we got to see more of this, but beggars can't be choosers. But with this, we see Rainbow Dash and the boys racing, and they notice the fight. So they do what any kids would do. They stop to watch and stop to enjoy the awesomeness that is a fight between Alicorn and Triad, which season Alicorn, by the way, I can't stress it enough, season Alicorn and Triad is matching her beat for beat. So Rainbow Dash is enjoying it with some popcorn, which is adorable too. She's enjoying with some popcorn, but that means they don't get to finish the race. They're distracted by the awesomeness of the fight, and Diane just goes, "See, you can't stop me no matter what you do," and they get sucked in. They get sucked into another potential future, and Philly Dad just throws the popcorn on the ground and says, "Oh man," which is cute. Also. Philly Dad is just adorable. But they get sucked into another alternate future, which this is maybe the darkest of all the futures. If you can believe that, this is maybe the darkest of all the futures. Which you'd expect it would be if they had one they go to. But Spike points out, well, that's weird. It's night now. And the other times we've come back it's been day, but now it's night. And they're pursued by some Timberwolves. They see the capital of the two sisters in the distance, which it's perfectly intact now. It's not, which leads to a bad, maybe a bad outcome. Maybe she rebuilt it, but I'll talk about that in a minute. She sees the castle of the two sisters in the distance, looking intact, looking brand new and intact. Not at all like it would look in in Triad's reality, because in Triad's reality, it's a crummy and mess because of what happened with Siete and Una and their battle that took place. So, anyway, they're pursued by the Timberwolves. They get to the castle of Two Sisters, and they find Rarity. So we've seen all of the main six, not how they're supposed to be, but we've seen at each one or two of the main six in every reality, so that totals up to all the members of the main six that just in different realities that we see them. They come on Rarity, and Spike jumps on her to try to remind her, Rarity, it's me, Spike. And Rarity's just, I don't socialize with dragons. I don't know any pony who would. And Spike just tries that after that, but Triad, which isn't really that different from how they normally is, but Triad just ignores them and goes, Rarity, you have to listen to me. And goes on. I can't remember exactly what she says. Funny, I can remember almost everything else of these episodes because I've seen them so many times. But I can't remember exactly what Triad said to Rarity. But it ends with Rarity saying, I don't know how you know my name, but I'm far too busy to entertain some sort of ridiculous fantasy. So we can assume by the way she calls them tourists that she works in the castle, that she's got a job. And Triad goes on about the future and time travel, everything. You hear time travel, you say. Now that's something I would like to see. And out of the darkness, you just see not Princess Una, Nightmare Moon. You see Nightmare Moon's face coming to view. So they're taken before Nightmare Moon. Nightmare Moon get an audience with her, and Nightmare Moon just goes, no pony in my kingdom but me to possess a magic powerful enough to change time. And Spike just goes, well, your kingdom? And Triad gives them a little nudge. Triad pulls a face of dissatisfaction, which I don't know why she really does. Why does she get mad at Spike for that? But I guess she was saying, Spike, don't make the situation worse now. They've got the upper hand, don't speak out of turn. But Nightmare Moon just, at that question goes, who else? Spike says, well, Siete, of course. Which Nightmare Moon just burst out in laughter, and Nightmare Moon just says, my sister's been imprisoned in the moon for years, but it no yet suffices she sentenced me to. And this is what I was gonna talk about. I just thought of this, but this is what I was gonna talk about a little. They get to the castle of the Two Sisters, and it's completely intact. But, which made me think, okay, maybe the battle between Siete and Una never happened, and maybe Una just, maybe Nightmare Moon just overpowers Siete in this reality and centers of the moon. But Also, you've got Nightmare Moon going, my sister's been in prison in the moon for years, but it's no yet a phase that she sent me to. So either we can assume that the fight between Theati and Yuna did ended differently with Nightmare Moon managing her, or Nightmare Moon's curse was broken from the moon, and she overpowers Theati and sent her to the moon, and rebuilt the castle with the two sisters as her castle. But yeah, I can say it's just interesting to think about. Yeah, I can say it's really interesting to think about what might have happened with Sunset Simmer 2, because if that didn't happen, and if that deal was just sent to the moon by Nightmare Moon, would Sunset Simmer become an apprentice? And we know how skilled with magic she was under the tutelage of Nightmare Moon. She could become maybe even more skilled with magic and may not even have set foot in the human world. But I can say that's just really, this episode is just filled with a bunch of interesting fan fiction possibilities, which is what this episode seemed like. It's real, but it's also fan fiction that also provides a lot of fan fiction possibilities. But to guess, Nightmare Moon gets him and says, Twilight says, oh, I can take you to the portal, take you to where we were, but you have to get past the Timberwolves, and Bike just objects and everything. Twilight says, we have no choice, Spike, we have no choice but to do this. And Nightmare just says, and if you're thinking of trying to escape, it will be very unfortunate to your friend. Through gas, Spike, and I've no doubt she would have killed him if she had to, because like I say, this is the darkest reality that they've been to, because Nightmare Moon is in power, and Nightmare Moon was unstable even before she took a vacation to the moon. So I can't even imagine what she would have done and what she would have enforced on the ponies if they came back from the moon and banished the idea to the moon. I can't even imagine that. But they come to where they're supposed to be. They come to where the map bit Triad and Spike out. And Triad talking to her, a pony from my time used to be able to travel back in time and change the past. And now you get spelled to me. And with it I once saw that the omens of harmony I never found, and my reign yet forever. And Triad just gives an emotional speech that gives hope for this reality and for any reality that they win. They give the speech, but it won't. In my world, my friend and I found the omens and used them to defeat you, and I will do everything in my power to bring that world back. They grasp Spike, they teleport to the portal, they activate spell, they go back to Caldale. Hope for that reality too, because whenever someone who's not supposed to, and whenever it did in that reality. Whenever someone who's not supposed to get some power, it inspires people maybe to rise up against him, to form a season and everything. I wish they had gone back. They had made like a special of like 6 or 7 episodes, however many possible realities we got. And they've gone back. They've just been like a mini spin-off series of main six of that supposed reality. Anything to driving up, just setting things right. I think that would have been just a gold mine. That would have been just rife with possibilities. But they go back, and from here we get a montage. We get a montage of Philly Daffy being stalked by Starlight, and Triad just going to an alternate present and everything. We get that, and we get this montage realities. We get Fam and Fam, we get Discord reality, which I'm going to talk about this episode, but let me just say here, Fam and Fam really got the sword in the stick in this series. I mean, they started off with Promise, they started off not as Citus, then Friends of the Magic just decided to use them as a villain of the week, basically, which I think is a huge disservice. But I'll talk about that when I get to the episode. I just want to mention it here because it really just saddens me. But eventually, Triad get to Triad again after going through all these multiple alternate realities. And Triad goes up for another race and to fight Triad. And Triad goes, no, you're right, I can't stop you. But you can't stop me from trying. And we can be stuck doing this for all eternity. And Triad goes, if that's what it takes to keep you and your friend from getting your key mark next, then I'm game. What you're doing goes way beyond cutie marks. Any action we take in the past, even the tiny act, can snowball into a disastrous cascade of effects for the future. Basically, not exactly what he said, not verbatim. But, and next I suppose you're going to tell me that's the fate of all of the quirky angles of the balance. It does. And, another portal opened up because Triad stopped at this time, but this time, Triad goes, I may not know how important other ponies' friends have died in the future, but I can show you what the world is like without mine. Which is another high point in the episode. She grabs Triad, drags her to this portal with her. Because remember, crucially, Triad had never seen any of these realities before. She just stayed behind. So Triad drags her into this desolate reality. I mean, desolate reality. She drags her into it. And Triad in anger goes, well, the future. Or rather, the present. But there's nothing here. I wish I could say I was surprised. But like I said, every future I come to is worse than the act, basically. And Dyad go through denial, Dyad go through time of not believing on Spike tried to say, oh come on Dyad, look around. And Dyad just goes into a rant of, you don't know anything about me. I was perfectly happy in my village before you and your friends took it away, destroyed what I built. And this is another beautiful scene from the episode. Dyad emphasizes with her, Dyad sympathizes with her, and I don't believe this was a manipulation tactic either. She really sympathized with her. She says, I don't know what happened to make your village without key marks. And I'm sorry me and my friend had to take it away. And like I say, that's just a beautiful, beautiful moment of sympathy from Dyad. And Dyad just enraged, teleport to the map, that you want to know what happened to me? I'll show you. And Dyad, and this time, Dyad dragged Dyad and Spike to reality. And Spike or Dyad, either one, I think it's Spike goes, well, I've never seen this. I've never seen this before. That map of yours is connected to every point of the Equestria, and this part is my home. So see them to the home, the Addis affiliate. And we get to see had a friend. She had a friend back in the day, and she explained, Sunburst and I did everything together. In fact, I can't remember us ever being apart until today. We go into the scene of Dyad and Sunburst playing playing Dragon Quest maybe. I think the game they act was called Dragon Quest. Anyway, that's also the name of an episode, so I may be getting them confused. But they're playing that, and all of a sudden a deck of books start to fall over on Dyad. And Sunbird uses all his magic, to stop the books, to put them back on the shelf properly, and he gets a screen mark. And then he just leaves. I'm like, bro, aren't you gonna make sure that Dyad is okay? Aren't you gonna? But he was happy getting this cutie mark. I understand that. But he just leaves. And about seeing this cutie mark, every pony just takes them away. Like every pony just takes them away. Dyad's voiceover goes, his family recognizes magical ability and send him up to Canayat. Okay, did they send him up to Canayat right there, didn't it? Because that seemed a little quick. But Dyad goes, I never saw him again. Spike goes, why not? Which is just the innocence of a child goes, why not? And Dyad gets way up, killed him, says, because of the cutie mark. He got mine and I didn't. He moved on and I didn't. I stayed here and never made another friend because I was afraid another cutie mark would take them away too. And Dyad deal with the sympathy in her voice. Go, that's ridiculous. A cutie mark can't take your friend away. Not every pony is lucky enough to get a cutie mark at the same time as a friend. And they, at this point, Dryad, moves them back to Caldale, where she thought, well, no, she doesn't stop Baby Daisy this time. Something very important happened this time. She takes a crow, and she goes on about, oh, you don't know what it's like to live without friends. But when I saw the rain moon, you will. And Dryad grabbed the scroll with the magic, grabbed the teleportation scroll, and when I destroy the scroll, there'll be no way for you to change it. So she starts ripping up the scroll, which something interesting is pointed out to me. And I've noted it myself, I think. Something really interesting is pointed out. Dryad takes the time to join the scroll. Like she wanted to be convinced to stop. Or maybe that was for dramatic effect and we're just reading too much into it, I don't know. But that's interesting and beautiful to think about nonetheless. Dryad, you're right. I don't know what you've been through, but I do know you can't do this. I've seen what it is, and so have you. I've only seen what you've shown me. Who knows what will really happen? I've seen it a dozen times. Things don't turn out well in the country without my friends. What's so special about your friends? How could a group of ponies that are so different be so important? The very differences between me and my friend are the very thing that make our friendship strong. And, I saw Sunbird and I was the same, but we turned out different, and it tore our friendship apart, which he turned up the goal more as he says it. And Dad goes, then try again, make new friends. And if something that you didn't foresee rise up and changes things, we'll do it together. That's what friendship is. How do I know they all won't end up the same way? I guess it's up to you to make sure they don't. Dryad takes a hoof, and they go with a tearful Dryad now to hugs Dryad, and they both Rainbow to ask to finish her sonic rain movement. Everything is set right again because they go to the prison that they were meant to, and the goal is sucked up in a portal too. Presumably to be destroyed, I don't know. It'd be interesting if some point else found it though. But one thing I want to talk about, we can talk about Dryad's backstory and maybe how convoluted it is, like why he didn't write the edit Sunbird, or why Sunbird didn't write the edit to her, why he didn't visit, any number of things that we can pick apart in Dryad's backstory. But I absolutely love that Dryad puts the onus on Dryad to preserve friendships, to make sure that they remain unified, to work through any problem together, to not just seal herself away, to not just let herself be overcome at being the president like she was. I absolutely love that. And so, I'm almost done here. Dryad, and it's almost as long as the episode this review is. But Dryad and Dryad go back to the present, with Spike, they go back to prisons they're supposed to be at, the original prisons. And as if on cue, all their friends come check on them. Maybe they'll somehow breathing from the castle, or maybe there's some sign that they saw, I don't know, but all of their friends come to the castle and, well, no wonder reverberation. Cause the first thing Rarity says, what in the crud was that? And Fear decided to go, is every pony okay? So there was something that happened that year to them. And Applejack sees Dryad. What's he doing here? Actually, it's kind of a young story. So, presumably, Dryad tells them all the story in the Friendship Council chambers. He tells all the main six the story, while Dryad waits outside. And Dryad is pointed out by Applejack. Well, she's so powerful as you say, so powerful that Dryad said that her magic couldn't stop her. She had to convince her to stop on her own. And the fact that Applejack said, well, if she's as powerful as all that, we can't just send her away, can we? And Dryad goes, actually, I kind of had something else in mind. So they bring Dryad in the council chambers, and Dryad explains, I've been thinking how could you fail without just one group of friends? Because even when one friendship dies, the results can be disastrous. And Dryad goes, and I'll foot off how true that can be. And Dryad goes a little before that. She recognizes, she goes, I know there's no excuse for what I did, but I'm willing to accept any punishment you think is fair. So Dryad recognizes that. And then Dryad goes, if you're willing to learn, I'm willing to teach you what I know. You have the opportunity to make a country an even better place. How do I start? Starting is easy. All you gotta do is make a friend. And you got 7 of them right here. Which is all the main things gather around her, which is just so great. And then the song starts. I can't go through the song. I can't go through the song verbatim, I guess. It starts out with Dryad. Yoni, Philly Dryad, with grown Dryad to Yoni. And with the singing, I never thought that I could find a page, step right in and start again. To pick up right where I left off, make a friend. And this is beautiful too. Dryad goes through her life in this song sequence. They go through her life rapidly, not every single event in her life, but they go through her events of her life rapidly, from Sunbird to the town, everything, all leading her to Dryad. And I think that's beautiful. Because that's basically saying every single event in Dryad's life, every single choice he made, led her to Dryad. So they could show her the magic of friendship, they could show her the beauty of friendship. And I just think that's great. But throughout the song, we get Dryad hanging out to the main six. Oh, before that, before that, we get to Twilight eating Dyad out of the castle to meet the main six, to meet a new friend. And all the main six are welcoming, but none so than Pinkie Pie. Pinkie just jumps on her and just tugs on her and just yubs on her and everything, which is a really... I do not believe this was unintentional, because in the cutie map, it was Pinkie who was so suspicious of Dyad and was so suspicious of the cutie marks being removed and suspicious of the smiles, everything. Part of me wishes Pinkie Pie had played a bigger role in all this. Not that Dyad had to become Pinkie Pie's odd nemesis, but just that Pinkie Pie had played a bigger role. Had played a bigger role in Dyad's redemption, Dyad's defeat, whatever have you. But Pinkie just tugs on her, Pinkie just yubs on her, and I think they just, in that moment, I mean, you can't see inside her head, but Pinkie's probably thinking, oh, I'm glad this whole thing is over. I'm glad you realize that your way wasn't sustainable, your way wasn't making any pony happy. You may have thought it made you happy, but it wasn't. So I just think that's just a beautiful, beautiful moment. In a series of beautiful moments in the episode proper. But throughout the monologue, or throughout the song segment, we get Dyad hanging out with the main six, which is really frustrating for the future episode, but I'll get to that when I get to that. Maybe next time I'm thinking about it, I don't know. But we see Dyad hanging out with the main six, and we see Dyad flying with Rainbow Dash. Dyad doesn't have wings, he just uses magic to fly, which is another indicator of how powerful she is. I mean, Twilight couldn't even do that. And she was the idea student. And she couldn't even do that. Dyad can do it with ease. We see Dyad mighty in a dress for Rarity, helping Applejack on the farm, cutting animals with Shutterthigh, baking cupcakes with Pinkie Pie. We see all this, and it's just beautiful. But we get to the point of the song sequence that may be the most beautiful. Twilight leads Dyad back to her village, and Dyad apologizes to her village. They're all in the village, by the way. They didn't leave. At the end of the cutie map, they say this is a home. They're gonna stay. So Dyad goes back to the village, and Dyad apologizes, and the villagers embrace her. The villagers say it's okay and everything, and I just think that's beautiful. The message of the song is friends can change the world, friends can change your outlook. And at the end of the song, we get every pony just staring at the camera, staring off into the distance. I guess you would call it the distance. They don't know that camera there. Pinkie knows there's a camera there, but every pony else doesn't know there's a camera there. And maybe Discord knows the camera, I don't know. But the song ends with every pony just staring off into the distance, Dyad tugging her new friends. And that's the end of the episode. Like I say, the greatest episode in My Little Pony history. which isn't a high bar when you consider all the other episodes in the My Little Pony franchise. But the greatest episode and the darkest episode of Friendship and Magic that's ever been. Funny enough, when I watched this episode initially, I can't imagine why somewhat, because I thought Dad got off too easy. But funny enough, initially watching this episode, I didn't yak it. I just kind of rolled my eyes because Dad just gets off scot-free, gets off all that with. See, doesn't really, but I'll talk about that when I talk about that. But that's the episode. So thank you, Pony, for getting in this almost hour and a half long review. Thank you for getting into this. Like I say, that's just my favorite episode, and I've seen it so many times, so I had a lot to say, and I know what happens front to back in this episode. So why not talk about its expense fee? But like I say, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because as much as I've spent time praising it and talking about it, I didn't do it justice. You just gotta watch it for yourself to see how awesome and how impactful it is. But, yeah, Pony, I'll see you when I see you.